Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this absolutely beautiful ribbon lace scarf. Now this scarf is much easier than it looks. It is made up with a repeating half moon motif. Each motif only has 3 rounds and it is worked as one continuous piece, making it fantastic for your beautiful variegated yarns. But it does also look very pretty in a solid colour as well. It also has the added benefit of being surprisingly fast to work up. All the details for my scarf here on the table and the written pattern can be found on my website hookedbyrobin.com, which I have linked to down below. To begin, pop a slip knot onto your hook and then chain 8. Join with a slip stitch to that very first chain you made to form a ring. Chain 3, and this chain 3 counts as your very first extended double crochet stitch. We're going to be working the extended double crochet for all of this scarf, and to do that we're going to yarn over, go into the chain ring or the stitch depending on which part of the pattern we are in, and draw up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first loop only. You'll still have 3 loops on your hook, but now we work them off as a normal double crochet. So yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through the final 2. That is your first extended double crochet stitch. I'll show you again. We're going to yarn over, go into the chain ring and draw up a loop. 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first loop only. Then yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over and draw through 2. That is your extended double crochet stitch, and as I said, this is the stitch we're going to be using throughout your scarf. So we've just worked 2 extended double crochet stitches. We need 15 in total. So go ahead and work 13 more extended double crochet stitches into this ring. If you start to run out of room, you can scoot your stitches around just to create a bit more space for yourself. At the end of this round, we will have 16 stitches in total. That's 15 extended double crochet stitches and your chain 3 for a total of 16. Before we move on, just take a moment to check that you have 16 stitches in total, including your starting chain 3. Once you're happy you've got 16 stitches, for the second round we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn your work. Now this starting chain 4 counts as an extended double crochet stitch and a chain 1. Because of that, we are not going to work into this very first stitch because that's where we've just chained from. So skip this first stitch and we're going to work into this second stitch. Into that second stitch along, we're going to work an extended double crochet. Chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into the next stitch. We're going to repeat this into the top of every stitch from the round below. Chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into that next stitch. Keep doing this into the top of every stitch. Chain 1, extended double crochet into the next stitch. Once you have worked your final extended double crochet into the top of that last extended double crochet from the row below, don't forget we need to work into the top of the chain 3 as well. It'll be tucked in, you might forget it exists, so just be really mindful that we need to work into this one too. So chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into the top of those 3 chains from the row below. A quick way to double check that you have worked into all the stitches and that chain 3 is to count the stitches we have in this row. There should be 16 extended double crochet stitches, including your starting chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. For round 3, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. Work a single crochet into that chain 1 space in between your stitches from the round below. Chain 3 and single crochet into the chain 1 space. Chain 3 and yep, you've got it, single crochet into that chain 1 space in between your stitches. We're going to keep doing this until we have made 12 single crochets. So we have 3, we need a total of 12. So keep chaining 3, single crochet into the next chain 1 space until you have 12 single crochet stitches. Once you have worked your 12th single crochet, just double check that you do in fact have 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You'll have 3 chain 1 spaces left unworked. To end this first motif, we're going to chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and find your chain 4 that you did at the start of the round below, and we're going to count up 3 of the chains. You'll have the back bumps looking at you. If it's easier, you can turn it around to count your chains, but I like to count these back bumps because they stick out quite nicely for me. So 1, 2, 3, and into that third chain, leaving the top one, the fourth one unworked, pop a single crochet stitch. That is your starting motif complete. For motif number 2, we're going to chain 3 straight up from where we are and turn our work. That chain 3 counts as our first extended double crochet, and into this chain 6 space, we're going to work 15 extended double crochet stitches. Again, if you run out of room, you can scooch your stitches along. So into the chain 6 space, work 15 extended double crochet stitches. For round 2, we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn. That chain 4 counts as an extended double crochet and chain 1. So again, ignoring this first stitch because our chains where we just chained from count as a stitch, find the second stitch and work an extended double crochet into the top of that one. Chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, extended double crochet into the next stitch. We're going to do this into the top of every stitch from the row below, including the chain 3 right on the other side over here. This one is so easy to miss and forget. So if in doubt, count 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need 16 stitches in total. So chain 1 and extended double crochet into the next stitch. So I'm ending with an extended double crochet into the top of the chain 3. And I have 16 stitches, including the starting chains. And then we're going to connect this second motif to the first motif. So once you have worked your final extended double crochet stitch, we're going to work a single crochet into this chain 8 ring from your first motif. It will feel a bit stretched, but don't worry too much. Just pop in your single crochet to connect them. If you lie it down and flatten it out, you can pull these inner stitches of the first motif round a bit to give yourself a bit more room. Then you can slide that single crochet, slide it down. They will attach to each other quite nicely and sit in perfectly aligned. So pick your work back up. And for the third round of the second motif, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn our work. Now ignore that single crochet that we just joined to the first motif with, and ignore the space in between the motifs themselves. We want to find the chain 1 spaces in between your extended double crochet stitches. So not this gap here, ignore the single crochet and find that chain 1 space in between your extended double crochets. In the chain 1 space, work a single crochet. Then chain 3 and single crochet into the next chain 1 space. Chain 3, single crochet into the next chain 1 space. We're going to repeat that until we have made 12 single crochet stitches with chain 3s in between them. So I've worked 1, 2, 3. Remember, that single crochet we joined with does not count. We're ignoring that entirely. So I'm going to put my thumb over it so you can't see it. 1, 2, 3. We only count the single crochets we make in these chain 1 spaces. We need 12 of them with 3 chains in between. So chain 3, single crochet. Keep working that until you have made 12 single crochet stitches, and you will have 3 chain 1 spaces unworked. Once you have worked your 12th single crochet stitch and you have 3 chain 1 spaces left unworked, to end we're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and find your third chain of these 4 chains that we started the round below with. So 1, 2, 3, and into the third chain work a single crochet. So that is your first 2 setup motifs complete. We're going to move on to motif number 3, which is the motif you'll repeat over and over and over again until your scarf is the length that you want it to be. Then once you've reached the length you want it to be, there is a tiny little alteration to how we finish the final motif. But from this point on, from motif number 3 onwards, this is the motif we're going to repeat over and over and over. So for motif number 3, the pattern repeat motif, we're going to start by chaining 3, which counts as an extended double crochet, and turn your work. Into this chain 6 space, we're going to work 15 extended double crochet stitches. Once you have worked your 15 stitches, for round 2, we're going to chain 4, which counts as an extended double crochet and a chain 1. And turn your work. Now, ignoring the stitch that you just chained from, find the second one along and work an extended double crochet into the top of that one. Then chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into the next stitch, and repeat this into the top of every stitch, all 15 that you just made, and that chain 3. So we will be making 16 stitches in total, including this starting chain of 4. So chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into the top of every single stitch. Don't forget that final extended double crochet goes into the top of your chain 3. Then at the end of this second round, put your work down and we're going to join to the motif below. So reaching down, we're always going to be reaching down into the motif that is on the same side where you're currently working. It'll alternate each time. So for this motif, we're attaching down on this side. When you make the next motif, we'll be attaching down on this side. So you're always reaching down into the motif below the one you're working on. So it always makes sense to just lay it down on your lap or on the table and just visually go, right, I'm connecting down this way. Always connecting down. So when we go to connect at the end of this second round on the third motif, this pattern repeat motif, you want to find the little chain 3 space that is closest to you. So we're going to reach down and we're going to be joining into that chain 3 space. Now, just as a note, if you find that first one doesn't really work for you and is pulling it a bit tight, you can join to the second chain 3 space if you prefer. Totally depends on what yarn you are using and your tension. So if you don't like joining in tight to this first one, by all means, you can join to whichever of these chain 3 spaces you prefer. Just remember which one you've gone into and repeat that for every motif moving forward so they're all even. For me personally, I like them to be nice and snug together, so I go for this first chain 3 space. Now into that chain 3 space, work a single crochet. Then for the final round of your motif, we're going to chain 3, turn our work, and completely ignore the single crochet that you just made. We're also going to be ignoring the space in between the motifs, and you want to find the chain 1 space of the motif you are currently working on. and work a single crochet in there. So we have a chain 3 and a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, single crochet until we have a total of 12 single crochets made with the chain 3s in between them. You will have 3 chain spaces at the end of your motif left unworked. So chain 3 and single crochet into the next chain 1 space until you have a total of 12 single crochets. Once you have 12 single crochets made, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3 chain 1 spaces left unworked, to end this third motif, the pattern repeat motif, we're going to chain 6 and work a single crochet into the third chain of those 4 chains from the row below. So you're going to keep repeating motif number 3, this pattern repeat motif, over and over and over again. I'll do a super quick recap for you now. Chain 3, which counts as an extended double crochet stitch, turn your work and work 15 extended double crochets into the chain 6 space. Then for your second row, you're going to chain 4, which counts as an extended double crochet and a chain 1. Turn your work, skip the very first stitch and work an extended double crochet into the second stitch along. Chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into the next stitch. We're going to do this into the top of every stitch, including your chain 3. Going to chain 1 and work an extended double crochet into the top of the next stitch. Once you have worked your final extended double crochet into the top of the chain 3, we're going to join to the next motif down. So just lay your work out, be it on your lap or on the table. It will naturally be pointing to the motif that you want to join to. So you can see, because we're turning, we have alternating each side. So now on motif number 4, we're joining to motif number 2, but don't worry too much about it. It will naturally be pointing, literally pointing to the motif that we're going to join to. Find the chain 3 space that you join to on your last joining motif. For me, that is the very first one. If you've altered it, then change it to whichever one of these chain 3 loops you've altered for and work a single crochet. So you have joined to the next motif down. And then for row 3, we chain 3, turn, ignore that joining single crochet you made, ignore the space in between your motifs, find the first chain 1 space in between your extended double crochet stitches and work a single crochet. Then work chain 3, single crochet into the next chain 1 space until you have made 12 single crochets in total with chain 3 spaces in between them, and you have 3 chain 1 spaces left unworked. And then to end your pattern repeat motif, we're going to chain 6, find the 3rd chain of the chain 4 that you started the round below with and work a single crochet into that 3rd chain. Then you repeat this pattern repeat motif, motif number 3, over and over again. Once your scarf is the length that you want it to be, you've repeated the pattern repeat motif, motif number 3, over and over and over again. And now you are on your very last motif. So I'm working on this 3rd row of the motif. I know I want this one to be my very last one. I've already joined it and then I've done my single crochet, chain 3 along. Now the only change to all the other motifs that you will have been making, this repeat of motif number 3, is on this end row here. So on all the other motifs, we have worked chain 3 and single crochet until you have 12 single crochets and 3 chain 1 spaces unworked, because that is where we then put the chain 6 to be able to work our next motif into. Now, as this is your very last motif, we don't need that chain 6 because we're not actually going to be working another motif at all. So to end your very final motif, once your scarf is the length that you want it to be and you are done working on it, all we're going to do is into these 3 unworked chain 1 spaces, we're going to put single crochets with chain 3s. So you're just going to keep going. 3 chains, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet into this end space in between your chain 4 and your extended double crochet here. Just into that end chain space, just work a single crochet. Then chain 1, cut your yarn, leaving a nice long length for weaving in. Pull that up, out, pull it tight, and then you'll just have this one end here to weave in, and this little tiny tail from motif number 1, your starting motif, to weave in. By just changing that end little section, it means motif number 1 and your very last motif will match, having this little chain 3 frill around the outside. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you go on to make one of these really pretty ribbon lace scarves for yourselves. Please do let me know what you think of this down in the comments below. And until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.